and welcome to Mid-American Eats. I'm your host, Eric Olson, and I'm here to show you about the Midwest, what's old, what's new, maybe some things you haven't discovered right out your back door. Today's show, we're going to go ahead and do Maple Leaf Farms duck, which we're going to go ahead and maple glaze, not to be redundant. It's also going to have some smoked almonds with it. We're going to do a little bit of compote with the glaze so we can drizzle the plate. And then we have some nice later fall greens that we're going to do a little vinaigrette on top of it with some sherry vinegar. So let's get started searing our duck breast. Maple Leaf Farms is actually out of Indiana. And what I'm doing here is I'm just taking and putting a crosshatch on some of the fat from the duck. Now I want to render out some of this fat, and we want to put a nice sear on this, okay? If you're hearing a little bit of buzzing right now, we're using some new technology, a little induction. So I want to hit it with a little salt, a little pepper, right? A little black pepper, of course. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of duck fat just in the bottom of this pan right here to start the process out. And what we're going to do is put that duck in fat side down, okay? We're going to start this sear. Now these ducks are purchased throughout the Midwest. They're in small farms. This is not major farming. It's not factory farming. They really take pride in what they do. They have quite a few products that are available to the public now. They have a confit that's already done. They have duck fat that you can purchase for them. And I don't know if you've ever had French fries. If you've ever had French fries in duck fat, wow, incredible. So while that's searing, I'm going to go ahead and make a vinaigrette. I'm going to add a little bit of cherry juice. Okay. Get a little sherry vinegar. A little bit of mustard. A little salt. A little pepper. A little olive oil. Looks like I'm getting a nice sear on this duck over here. Go ahead and I can turn her over. Nice and brown. Do just emulsify this dressing, right? I'm going to take it over to the refrigerator and let it chill. Okay, after you have your duck browned on both sides, we're going to finish it in the oven, okay? I'm going to go ahead and put it on a rack. I got my oven set at 375. We're going to put it right in. While we're doing that, we're going to take what we have here, the drippings, and we're going to make a nice glaze out of it, okay? So what I'm going to do is just take that excess duck fat, pour it off, and I'm going to deglaze a little bit of the cherry juice that I got. Alright. Little Templeton rye from Iowa. And of course, our Funk's Grove maple syrup. We're going to let that reduce. Of course, I'm going to add a little bit of black pepper to it. A little salt. And And I got some cranberries that have been dried from the bogs of Wisconsin. Let that cook down. Cranberries are going to puff up a little bit. They're going to take on some more moisture. Cranberries are good for you. They're full of fiber. What I want to do here is kind of make a compote and kind of make a glaze at the same time. I'm going to pull this duck out when it's about halfway done, and we're going to spoon some of this on there, and then we're going to reserve the rest of it to go ahead and decorate the plate with and use it for the salad. So let's let that reduce, and it looks like it's just about there. Let's add a little bit more cherry juice to it, just a little more. I'm going to bring that duck out and put this wonderful glaze over. I'm going to be pairing this up today with a beer from Marshall, Michigan, from Dark Horse Brewery. And it is a raspberry ale. It is absolutely scrumptious and really does fit this dish very, very well. So with the glaze on it, let's go ahead and finish her up in the oven. Do a little wipe down here. We got our smoked almonds we talked about, right? This adds a lot of nice depth to this dish. All I want to do is just kind of break them up. So good. One of my favorite snacks. Again, watch your fingers. If you're not sure about doing this with a knife, go ahead and get yourself a food processor, pulse it a couple times. I like using a knife, it gives it a nice rustic look. Oh, if you can smell the smoke that's coming off of these. I would want to be the guy in the factory making these. I don't know if I can keep my hands off. We're going to put those right to the side here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to check my temperature on my duck. Still quite rare, very rare. Wash my hands up here a little bit. What we can do is we can start building the salad end of this, okay? So I got my salad here. Already ready to go. And yeah, what we're doing here is we're going to pair up a salad with a beer. Tell me how many people try to do that. Smoked nuts right over it. We're going to let that chill right up here for right now. So it's nice and staged. Let me check my duck. Almost there. Almost there. We got our nice vinaigrette. Make sure it's emulsified. We're going to do just a little drizzle here over your greens, okay? Nice little drizzle. Normally dress these within the bowl. These greens are so delicate, you just want to make sure that you're not weighing them down. Okay? Now, let's talk about some dark horse. Great brewery, wonderful brewery, one of my favorite breweries out of Michigan. This has a very complex note on the front of it. You're going to get that ale, you're going to get that raspberry, and then at the back end of it, you're going to really find how that brewer uses the yeast and the grains, and really pops at you. So let's go ahead and, if I don't mind myself, open her up. Wait till you see the color of this beer. This is just incredible. It's just incredible. Yeah. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. There's a lot going on in the Midwest right now with breweries, with stills, people making whiskey, people making vodka. It's just incredible how far it's come from 10 years ago. You have New Holland, in Holland, Michigan, that is not only making beer and great beer, but making whiskeys now, because they have pretty much everything on hand they need to make a whiskey. You have people like Tabor Heights or Tabor Hill that are making vodka, and is just incredible. Again, Templeton that I use from the Midwest here, another incredible distillery that's really taking pride in what they're doing. No longer are the rules that you have to go to Kentucky or to Tennessee to get a great bourbon. It can be right out your back door right here in the Midwest, right in the middle of America. All right. So, we have our Dugenstein. I hope you like your duck rare. So that's how we're going to have it right here. Got a couple cranberries. Those are going to go on in just a moment here. Now, what you want to do is you want to make sure you let your duck rest, okay? You want to make sure that you don't overcook duck. You can't. It ruins the texture, the flavor, it becomes chewy. When I was growing up, my mom used to say that, she never liked duck. She wouldn't eat duck. And I always asked, well, why? Dad used to hunt, and why won't you eat duck? What is it mine? Why? It's just always so tough. Well, it wasn't until I went to culinary school that I found out that, well, yes, it's foul, but I can go ahead and still cook it rare and it's okay, because we have this thought in our head that if it's something that flies, it's got to be overcooked, and that's not true. So we've let it rest here. I'm going to go ahead and do a little slice on the bias. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Here we go. Just going to fan these out, okay? Nice and rare. Put my plate down. Actually move my knife so you can see what I'm going to do here. I'm going to take that nice fan and I'm going to transfer it with my knife right to the greens, okay? Fanned out nice. Making sure you can see that nice rare in there. Ah, we're not finished, right? We're not finished at all. Remember the glaze that I made? Oh yeah. What we're gonna do is we're gonna do a little trick here. We're gonna take some of that vinaigrette that I made, that I got in reserve on the side here. We're gonna pour it right in the pan, right? What we're gonna do is we're gonna mix that up. It's gonna loosen everything up that's on the bottom of that pan. And this is what we're gonna go ahead and finish this plate with. Oh yeah. Sure you get them all. No survivors. They're all coming with me. Go ahead and do a nice little drizzle. Wipe up, make sure it's nice. And there you have it. Maple glazed duck, cranberries from the bogs of Wisconsin, beer from Michigan, all that on one plate, perfectly Midwestern. So there you have it, folks. That's Mid-American Eats. I'm Chef Eric Olson signing off, and until next time, please go out your back door, check out what's going on in the Midwest, do a little exploring. I'll see you later.